Let's talk about deep learning. You hear the term everywhere, and for good reason. It's the brain behind the AI that's literally reshaping our world, from the phone in your hand to the cars on our roads. But what is it really? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and see how this digital brain actually learns to think.
Right. You've heard the term a million times. It's the secret sauce in self-driving cars and all the latest AI breakthroughs. But what's actually happening under the hood? What's going on inside the machine? Well, that's the big question we're going to tackle right now. To really get a grip on deep learning, we have to start with the best learning machine we know of, the human brain. The entire concept is built around this amazing idea of creating a digital brain. So, at its heart, deep learning is a specific kind of machine learning, and it has this incredibly ambitious mission to teach a computer to learn the way we do. And its go-to tool for the job is something called a neural network. And that name, neural network, is no accident. The whole structure is inspired by the billions of interconnected neurons firing away in our own heads. It's a direct attempt to build a biological learning machine, just, out of silicon instead of cells. The comparison is actually pretty simple, but really powerful. We learn from our life experiences, right? Well, a neural network learns from massive amounts of data. But here's the most important part. And if you remember one thing, remember this. It learns in layers. That single idea is the key to this whole thing. Okay, so theory is one thing, but how does this digital brain actually see the world? How does it go from just a bunch of raw data to, actual understanding? Let's walk through a classic example to see it in action. So imagine our goal is simple. We want to teach a computer to tell the difference between a cat and a dog. We don't write a bunch of rules like if it has pointy ears and whiskers, it's a cat. No. Instead, we just show it thousands and thousands and thousands of photos of both. And this is where the magic happens. All those photos go in as data. At first, the very first layer learns something really basic, like just spotting simple edges and lines. But then the next layer takes those lines and combines them into simple shapes. Then the deeper layers take those shapes and start to recognize more complex features. Hey, that looks like an eye, or that's the texture of fur, or those are whiskers. See how it's building on itself? Each layer adds a new level of complexity until finally the output layer puts it all together and makes a prediction. Hey, that's a cat. And that's it. That is literally the deep in deep learning. It's not a metaphor for how profound it is. It literally just refers to the depth of these learning layers, with each one building a more sophisticated understanding than the one before it. Now, this might sound like science fiction, but it's really not. This technology is already woven into the fabric of your daily life. I guarantee you're using it all the time, probably without even realizing it. I mean, just think about it. When a self-driving car identifies a pedestrian on the road, that's deep learning. When your voice assistant, like Siri or Alexa, actually understands your command, that's a neural network. That phone in your pocket that unlocks just by seeing your face, it's using a deep learning model. It's even helping doctors spot diseases in medical scans, sometimes with superhuman accuracy. It really is the invisible engine of modern life. It works so seamlessly in the background that we just take it for granted, even as it's making our world faster, smarter, and way more intuitive. So let's zoom out for a second. Why does all of this matter so much? Because deep learning isn't just one cool piece of tech. It is the engine driving the entire field of modern artificial intelligence forward. And here's its real superpower. Unlike old computer programs that were static, these models are designed to improve. The more data you feed them, the more experience they get, the better they become. They are constantly learning, constantly evolving. And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this right here. We have fundamentally changed how we build intelligent machines. We stopped trying to give them a giant, rigid set of rules to follow, and instead, we gave them the ability to learn for themselves by recognizing patterns, just like we do. This huge shift from programming to teaching changes everything. It's the real brain behind AI as we know it today. And it leaves us with one profound and kind of exciting question. Now that our machines can actually learn, what are we going to teach them next?